This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. Most people look at the explosion in gambling and see entertainment, sports betting apps, online casinos, prediction markets, endless ads telling you it's fun, normal, and harmless. At first glance, it looks like culture just changing. But zoom out. When an entire society normalizes speculation as everyday behavior, that is rarely a sign of confidence. It is usually a sign of pressure. I'm HODLHero, and today we're going to examine the gambling boom not as a moral issue, but as a system signal, a symptom of a fiat monetary system under stress. Gambling did not suddenly become popular because people woke up more reckless. It became popular because the environment changed. When money itself becomes unreliable, behavior adapts. Saving feels weaker, waiting feels riskier, and the timeline compresses. That pressure doesn't announce itself. It leaks out through behavior. And one of the clearest leaks is the normalization of high-risk shortcuts. This is not about blaming individuals. It's about understanding incentives. Because when incentives change, the behavior follows. And right now, the incentive structure quietly pushes people away from patience and toward speculation. To understand why gambling expands, start with a simple idea. If doing nothing causes you to fall behind, people stop doing nothing. In a healthy monetary system, saving is rewarded. You work, you store value. Time works in your favor. But in a debasing fiat system, cash savings lose purchasing power year after year. You don't need to understand monetary theory to feel it. People feel it in rent, in groceries, in insurance, in wages that never quite catch up. Over time, this changes psychology. Long-term thinking starts to feel irrational. Patience feels punished, and urgency becomes the default setting. That is when speculation replaces saving, not because people love risk, but because standing still feels like losing. Now add technology. The casino is no longer a building. It's a phone. Risk is no longer occasional. It's constant. Infinite events, infinite markets, infinite nudges. And when you combine a currency that quietly erodes with an attention economy that rewards impulse, you get exactly what we're seeing. Lotteries, parlays, meme stocks, prediction bets, high leverage, short timelines. This is not coincidence. It is what happens when a system teaches people, subtly but consistently, that labor and patience alone are not enough. Now let's talk about the machine that turns pressure into profit. Three parts work together: the house, the advertising engine, and the tax pipeline. First, the house. Modern gambling platforms are engineered systems. They optimize engagement. They shorten feedback loops. They design products that keep people playing, not winning. The goal is repetition. Second, the advertising engine. Gambling is no longer hidden. It's normalized. Celebrity endorsements, constant exposure during sports, language that frames betting as skill, strategy, or community. Even if you never place a bet, the message still lands. This is normal now. Third, the tax incentive. When gambling is legalized, states receive revenue. That creates alignment, not with citizens, but with cash flow. The revenue is immediate. The harm is delayed. And when the state taxes an activity, it gains legitimacy. Regulated starts to sound like safe. But regulation does not change the math. The expected outcome still favors the house. Over time, most participants lose, and the damage rarely looks dramatic. It looks quiet: stress, debt, chasing losses, broken trust, earned time. So when you hear about a gambling boom, don't just hear growth. Hear a system under strain, monetizing urgency. Now let's contrast this with a different system. Bitcoin. This is not a pitch. It's a comparison. Bitcoin operates on fixed supply rules. It does not expand because someone decides it should. That single property changes incentives. When money is reliable, patience can make sense again. You don't need to gamble just to preserve purchasing power. You don't need constant action to avoid falling behind. Sound money does not eliminate risk. It removes one specific pressure: the pressure to outrun monetary decay. Would people still gamble in a Bitcoin world? Of course. Humans will always take risks for entertainment. But the difference is this: risk becomes a choice, not a coping mechanism. When doing nothing stops being a losing strategy, culture changes. Time horizons lengthen. Speculation loses urgency. Builders replace chasers. So the gambling explosion is not a mystery. It's a message. It's people responding rationally to an irrational system. The real question is not whether gambling is harmless fun. The real question is, why does it feel necessary? Because systems don't fail loudly. They fail quietly, then all at once. This is not financial advice.